All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Race number 1 of the morning. Adam Barker and Giancarlo on the front row. Andrew Lau, Nick Sorensen have the second row. Harry Volsmir, Simon Zierk on the third. Rudolph Gunther, Mike Marshall ran on the fourth row. Nicole, that's what she said. Creasel and Kevin Gerard round out the top 10. Remember, a short sprint race first. Just 20 minutes. Then they will invert the top 7 from this race and go to race 2, the endurance race. That could be a, as we've seen in recent weeks, that could cause some huge changes and some very interesting battles. Pace car leads them around 1 pace lap here. A lot of tricky parts to this track. A lot of the drivers really love racing here, myself included. It is such a fun track. It is technical in some spots, it is fast in others, and then of course there is the dreaded corkscrew. Hey, good morning, Carl. How are you? Everybody side by side to the back half of the track. We'll see a lot of cars go off in that turn. As the pace car leads them toward the corkscrew. Let's hop in the car briefly with the new grandfather, Rudolph Gunther, as they go off into the corkscrew. Even on a pace lap, you just have every car around you disappear as you drop down 6 stories. That is how tall that corkscrew is, 6 stories tall. Oh, Carl, if that PS5 ever needs tested or something, you know, you can send it to me, buddy. Out of the final turn, here we go. Adam Barker is fired. Green flag in the air. A little bit of a kink on the front straightaway into the braking zone, and Harry Volsmir looked like he sends it up the inside past Simon Zierk. Simon a little wide. Rudolph Gunther on the outside taking the position. Oh! Oh! Nice save by Rudolph. Adam Barker, meanwhile, out front. Giancarlo in second. Sorensen sitting in third. I am writing that down right now, Carl. I actually do not have a... I gave my youngest my PS4 for her birthday. Hopefully here in the near future we'll get a new PS5. Adam Barker coming out of that final turn to complete the first lap here at Laguna Seca. Nicole Creasel looked like she went off track just a little bit in that final turn. Everybody getting single file for the moment. Everybody pushing the track limits here. Kevin Gerard has moved up into ninth as, wow, Mike Marshall right on the back bumper of the new grandfather, Papa Rudolph Papa Gunther. And here go the top two through the corkscrew a second time. Actually, I do believe that Rudolph will now be Opa, if I remember my German correctly. Nick Sorensen in the Mercedes has Andrew Lau all over the back bumper at the moment. The straightaway speed of the Mercedes definitely going to pay off in a few spots on this track, but places like the corkscrew, like turn one, that Mercedes lack of cornering could be a hindrance. Saw Harry Volsmir making some... Oh, Simon way off track, but he saves it. Rudolph Gunther now to his right, right to his bumper. Mike Marshall has slipped a little further back. Adam Barker out front has about a 1 second lead on Giancarlo at the moment. Yeah, you are right, Carl. That was Cole Trickle's number. Plus, you got to give it to a guy that drives a... Oh! Adam goes way off track there. You got to give it to a guy who drives a Hello Kitty car, and if you look closely on the car, Hello Kitty's packing heat. That little slip by Adam Barker does allow Giancarlo to close back up just a little bit, now half a second back. Sorensen opening up a small gap now on Andrew Lau. Oh no, Giancarlo is around in the corkscrew. There's Giancarlo in the purple Porsche headed into the corkscrew. Sends it, oh, just a little too much throttle through there, and the back end steps around on him. Worth noting, we have seen Giancarlo come from much further back in the past. And Giancarlo drops back into 8th. Nick Sorensen now has 2nd with Andrew Lau in 3rd. Harry Volsmir to 4th, Simon Zierk in 5th, Rudolph Gunther in 6th, Mike Marshall in 7th. Giancarlo is currently 8th, Kevin Gerard in 9th, and Nicole, that's what she said, Kriesel in 10th. Really impressed with how well that Mercedes got through the corkscrew. Yep, Thomas, you are correct. This is not a convoy. I am sorry. However, as I mentioned a moment ago, it's kind of hard to beat a Hello Kitty car with Hello Kitty pack and heat. And that's almost as good as a convoy. Harry Volsmir in fourth, still trying to reel in Andrew Lau, but Simon Zierk and Rudolf Gunther, despite earlier issues, have started Holy cow! Rudolph goes a little bit wide there. Adam coming back down through the corkscrew, no problems. Due to that second race, as the tires start to wear, do expect to see a lowly cow. The Mercedes a little loose coming out of the corkscrew. That second race, we do expect to see some Carl, yes I do, very, very well. Tire wear will come into play in race number 2, and man, that could make the corkscrew and several of these high-speed turns a bit more interesting. Harry currently running in 4th, Simon Zierk in 5th, Rudolph in 6th, Mike Marshall in 7th, Giancarlo has caught up to Mike Marshall now as he tries to fight his way back. Well, I love stroker race. Giancarlo has gotten by Gunther to take 7th place. Now sets his sights on Mike Marshall and Simon Zierk. Halfway through race number 1, Adam Barker still has the lead with Sorensen in 2nd now. Andrew Lau in 3rd. Andrew looks a little slow through turn 1 this time. Harry Volsmir up to 4th, Simon Zierk in 5th, Mike Marshall in 6th, but Giancarlo, oh, Giancarlo power move. Wow. What a gutsy pass for Giancarlo to take 6th. Giancarlo now sets his sights on Simon Zierk. Simon 3 1/4 seconds ahead. Simon is starting to close the gap on Harry Volsmir again in 4th. Meanwhile, Adam Barker out front continuing to extend his lead, now 2.6 seconds. Nope, Carl, I did not know that. Giancarlo now in 6th place is closing the gap on Simon, just under 3 seconds with 8 minutes to go in race 1. Nicole Kriesel moves to the side. She is going to lap down, letting the leaders by. Giancarlo now 2.5 seconds back from Simon Zierk. He is closing in on Simon really quickly. Last time by, he was 0.6 of a second faster than Simon. Simon also continuing to close in on 4th place, Harry Volsmeer. And Harry is starting to close the gap on Andrew Lau. With 7 minutes left to go in this one, Adam Barker has a 1.5 second lead over Sorensen, but Sorensen's starting to close in. But it looks like from 3rd place, Andrew Lau on back. The further back they are starting to gain some ground. Simon has almost caught the back bumper of Harry Volsmeer as well. Carl, I was trying not to think about how old that movie was. As I do remember watching it right when it came out. And Adam Barker's lead is shrinking quickly. Nick Sorensen now just 1.25 seconds back. Lau back in 3rd, Harry in 4th, Simon in 5th. Now just 1.4 seconds back from Harry. Giancarlo just about 2 seconds back from Simon. Rudolph Gunther has drifted back to 8th as Adam Barker gets the white flag. Kevin Gerard has moved up to 9th. Nicole, that's what she said. Kriesel is 10th. And as of right now, race 2, Mike Marshall will start on the pole with the 7-car invert. As Adam Barker heads toward the corkscrew one final time. That left-hand turn that he just went through is extremely fun. You can't help but smile every time you go through it. Adam makes it successfully out of the corkscrew and coming through the final turns. Through the final turn down the front straightaway, Adam Barker will win race number 1. Nick Sorensen comes home 2nd, and Andrew Lau finishes 3rd. Harry comes home in 4th. Simon Zurich holds on to 5th. Giancarlo coming home in 6th. Mike Marshall in 7th. Rudolph Gunther in 8th. Kevin Gerard 9th. Nicole, that's what she said, Kriesel in 10th. And with Giancarlo's issues here early and Max Gunther not here, Adam Barker will close the points up in a big way. Let's see if we can talk to our top 3, starting with Andrew Lau. Andrew, that was a great run this morning and a great job holding on to 3rd.
Yeah, I was trying to catch Nick in the beginning, but he just like left me in the dust. So the only thing I do is try to maintain the gap to Harry, and it's pretty much what we did.
It seems to have paid off. That was a great run, and with Giancarlo having issues and Max not here this morning, it's going to be a good points day for you and Adam.
Yeah, let's try to get the same result in the next race. So it'll be a good day.
Well, this time you're going to have to come through a lot more cars to get up there, man. Good luck.
Thanks, Doug.
Andrew Lau comes home in 3rd. Nick Sorensen comes home in 2nd. Nick, I have to say, I'm really surprised at how well that Mercedes went through the corkscrew.
Oh, thanks, Doug. Yeah, it did pretty good there. A couple other spots on the track, it wasn't good, but I tried to make the best of it.
It did seem like there are some high-speed sections and that front straightaway where you were able to utilize all that power to bring home a 2nd-place finish.
Yeah, I was fortunate that Giancarlo spun out, and Adam made a mistake or 2 that I saw, I think, and let me get back up to about a 2nd. But the more I pushed there, I couldn't gain up any time. Well, but yeah, I'm happy with the 2nd place.
Knowing the way race 1 went, and obviously late in the race you were closing the gap, will you be able to get up there and on the long run take the win in race 2?
Yeah, I got to decide if I want to be aggressive right at the start or just kind of slow play it and keep the tires fresh. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Well, good luck in race 2, buddy.
Thanks, Doug.
Sorensen comes home in 2nd, but Adam Barker gets the win. Adam back in victory lane, and that was just a dominant race.
Yeah, it was a really good race there. Giancarlo was keeping me very honest, and then he had a bit of an issue coming through the corkscrew, and then just stroking it home from there. Nothing. Trying to build a little bit of a gap to Nick, but I kept just making like silly little mistakes. But hopefully you can get rid of those for the bigger race. It's not going to be 50 minutes as well today, so we're doing 29 laps.
Oh, well, that'll definitely be a bit different.
Yeah, so this meaning we're going to be taking a very short pit stop, so tires are going to be screaming at the end of this.
Well, man, good luck, and hopefully you can make it to the end with the old tires.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have to see if we can do some sneaky pit stops, but we'll see what we can do.
Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
Carl, I did not see your note, but hang on just a second. We can fix that.
And it didn't show.
Hey, Nick, it's Doug again. Sorry to bother you, but Carl Yuckness wanted me to tell you hi and great job on the 2nd place finish.
Okay. Yeah, thanks. Tell him I said appreciate it.
All right, man. Good luck, buddy.
Thanks.
So, obviously, a change in the format here this morning with them going to race 2 will only be 29 laps. Give me a minute. I'm trying to do the math on it because that does make a huge difference in the fuel mileage. Does look like it's about 7 to 8 minutes less than what they usually run, meaning they won't need as much fuel on the pit stop. They're going to have to push and save some tires here. Just a few seconds left to go, and then we are going racing race number 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Race number 2. Mike Marshall and Giancarlo have the front row. Simon Zier, Kerry Volsmere on the second row. Andrew Lau, Nick Sorensen have the third row. Adam Barker with the invert in 7th. Rudolph Gunther in 8th. Kevin Gerard 9th. And Nicole, that's what she said, Kriesel starting in 10th. Conlift Solutions racing car leads them down for the warm-up lap. And a huge shout out to Conlift Solutions for sponsoring this the series once again this year. And for next Sunday's race, you guys are definitely going to want to tune in. We might have a new bit of a surprise for you guys. Giancarlo, after that early incident in race 1, went all the way back to 8th, fought his way to 6th, but now we'll start on the front row with Mike Marshall. Giancarlo did lose a lot of ground due to that incident in the first race. Holy cow! They got a little bit close headed toward the corkscrew. Pace car drops in. Mike Marshall in control as they come out of the final turn. And Mike is fired. They are away. Green flag is in the air. Giancarlo slips into second. Simon now in third. Everybody makes it through turn 1 this time. Andrew Lau swings a little wide out of turn 6, gets the dirt but holds on to it. Nick Sorensen right behind him. And it looks like we might have a small technical difficulty. I'm going to take care of it. We're going to leave the camera showing you the exciting battles. We'll be back in just a moment. Our apologies, folks. We are back. It looks like Nicole Kriesel has had some problems and is on pit road. Meanwhile, Andrew Lau has gone to the lead with Adam Barker in second. And Mike Marshall has just had a problem. Oh, looks like Sorensen just gets a better run out of the turn and gets into Marshall's back bumper. Nicole Kriesel has also had a problem. Nicole coming out of turn 1, headed for turn 2. The back end just steps out. She did get the car rolling. Andrew Lau now out front with Adam Barker in second, Harry Volsmer in third, Nick Sorensen in fourth, and the new grandfather, Rudolph Gunther, up to fifth. Giancarlo back to sixth, Simon in seventh, Mike Marshall in eighth, Kevin Gerard in ninth, Nicole Kriesel in 10th. And good morning, Joe Myers. Hope you're having a great day. Nick Sorensen just set the fastest lap so far. Back in fourth place as he continues to try and reel in Harry Volsmer in third. Sorensen currently closing in on the top three. You heard him in the post-race from race 1 that he was really surprised and happy with the way that Mercedes is handling this morning. Giancarlo had problems early and has drifted all the way back to 6th after starting on the front row. Let's see what happened. Side by side on that first lap, going into the second turn, Simon's ear gets loose. Looked like Giancarlo may have gotten a tap from behind. Several cars involved. Andrew Lau has the lead, but Adam Barker just set his fastest lap and is right on the bumper. Meanwhile, Harry in third place as Sorensen continuing to close in. Giancarlo has made his pit stop, is back out and running. The car is repaired, he is topped off on fuel, should be able to go the distance. Adam Barker all over Andrew Lau's back bumper. Lau got his first win of the season at Sebring in race 2. Giancarlo has drifted back into 8th now. The points leader really struggling this morning. That is going to allow guys like Adam Barker to really make up a ton of points today. Lau coming out of turn 6, really hanging it out on the edge, managing to pull a little bit of a gap on Adam Barker, but Adam able to carry more momentum as they head into the corkscrew. He is close. Lau is off track. Lau has had a problem coming into the corkscrew. Andrew Lau heads into the corkscrew. Oh, just cuts it too much, gets in the dirt, goes wide, and that allows Adam Barker to take the lead for the first time. Andrew Lau now back to second place. Adam Barker in the lead. Harry in third, closing in. And Sorensen has almost caught the back bumper on Harry Volsmir. Oh, Harry has had a problem. Sorensen goes by. Harry cuts it down to the inside, just a little wide, tries to correct, and the car goes around. Andrew Lau, meanwhile, has caught up to Adam Barker. Sorensen now in third has a big gap on Rudolf Gunther. Simon Zierk is in for his pit stop. I'm surprised Harry did not come in for repairs on this one. Mike Marshall is not coming in yet. Kevin Gerard having a little bit of a difficult morning, back in 9th, but still holding on. Nicole, that's what she said, Kriesel back in 10th. Lau had almost gotten to the back bumper of Adam Barker as they came through lap traffic, but Adam has already started to open the gap back up. Simon Zierk comes back out on track in 8th. Giancarlo now to 7th. Question is, we do believe Giancarlo has enough fuel to go the distance. But he was the first driver to hit pit road. Sorensen back in third, trying to close in on the top two. Kevin Gerard now on pit road for his stop. Rudolph Gunther currently in fourth. Harry Volsmir has recovered into fifth. Mike Marshall in sixth. Giancarlo now to seventh. Simon, after his stop, back in eighth. And man, you can hear that Mercedes roar. That has to be one of, if not the best engine sound in iRacing. Kevin Gerard now back out after his stop. And it does look like, as we noticed there, that new Ferrari, much like the McLaren GT3 car, does spit flames out the back. Lau doing everything he can to stay with Adam Barker. Sorensen still trying to close the gap, but he is 5.4 seconds back. Rudolph Gunther in fourth now has a little bit to worry about. Harry Volsmir is closing in quickly. Mike Marshall back in sixth. Giancarlo 2.8 seconds back is also closing in on Marshall. Lau still now within about 3/4 of a second as they go off into the corkscrew. Hey, good morning, Richie Joplin. How are you, buddy? Lau now right in the tire tracks of Adam Barker. As they start to battle, it may allow Sorensen to close in. But the top two do have a pretty good gap now, over right at 6 seconds over third place Nick Sorensen. Remember, every driver out here still has to make a pit stop. I say every driver. The top 6 have not been to pit road yet. And due to the race being shortened here today, pit strategy could be a huge deciding factor. Richie, you got big plans for today, buddy? Giancarlo has caught Mike Marshall and takes the position as they go off into the corkscrew. That is a gutsy pass. We have seen Giancarlo making some gutsy moves, trying to pick up spots he lost early in the race. No pit stops this time by for the top two. Sorensen also skipping pit road. They are past the halfway point due to the nature of today's race and only 29 laps. With 13 laps to go, all the drivers have completed 16. Kevin Gerard goes a little wide through that final turn. And as Adam Barker goes through turn 6, let's dial up the nose cam and see what it looks like going into the corkscrew from the nose of that Porsche. There he goes, the first left-hander into that big drop-off. Inches off the ground, a blind right-hand turn. High-speed left-hander and back on it. Hey, good morning, Ryan. Thank you so much for the stars, buddy. Nick Sorensen now in third, still trying to close that gap. Giancarlo is charging, now just over 2.1 seconds behind Harry in fifth. But as they run right now, with Max Gunther not here and the struggles Giancarlo has had, Adam Barker winning race 1. If he pulls off the win here, Adam Barker will take the points lead yet again. Oh, huge! What's up? Hey, huge shout out. Thank you so much for the stars, Ryan. You're my favorite Ryan now, buddy. Just for Ryan McDaniel? What's that? I haven't done that in years. Andrew Lau still lurking 0.8 of a second behind the leader. Giancarlo has lost ground. Looks like he went off track a moment ago. Into turn 6, and oh, he goes way wide, drifts it through the dirt. Kevin Gerard has had a problem. Oh, just cuts that final turn a little too much. Has to slam the brakes on to get it to stop. And good morning to a beautiful woman who just dropped in the chat. Sorensen gives up third. He is on pit road. Harry Volsmir, meanwhile, is caught up to Rudolph. Rudolph is on pit road. And Giancarlo is almost caught up to Harry Volsmir. Giancarlo about to move up into fifth, maybe into fourth, and there is a big question mark. He stopped on lap 7, got fuel and repairs. Could he go the distance from there? The top 3 still have not pitted, nor has Mike Marshall, back in 6th. Top 2 stay out. Meanwhile, Harry Volsmir now has his hands full. Sorensen right on the bumper. Giancarlo just a few car lengths back. Oh, a little bobble coming out of the corkscrew for Harry. Holds on to it. And nope, he does not come in this time. Sorensen right on the bumper, and Giancarlo has gotten there as well. Sorensen definitely has the advantage coming out of the final turn down the front straightaway. Looks to the inside but can't make the move. We have seen Giancarlo, after his incidents early in both races, make some really gutsy passes to pick up position, but does he have anything for the 2 in front of him? He's looking down to the inside on Sorensen into turn 6. Sorensen gets to the inside as they come out of the corkscrew. Harry goes around. Whoa! That was a gutsy move by Sorensen. He ducks it to the inside. Harry tries to turn into the apex, goes across the nose. Wow. What a turn of events, and now Giancarlo has gone by Sorensen on the high side. And yep, we thank you again for the stars, Ryan. And Angie Ryan says you better be running with them tomorrow night. The leader is on pit road. Harry Volsmir has also gone to pit road after that incident. Those are the final pit stops. Nicole Kriesel moved out of the lead, or out of the way of the leader, Andrew Lau. Adam Barker now rolling off pit road just ahead of Andrew Lau. That is my girl. Good luck tomorrow night, Angie. Adam Barker does maintain the lead, but Lau has the momentum and is gaining. Giancarlo has fought his way back up to third with Sorensen on his bumper in fourth. Simon Zierk has fought back into fifth, but Rudolph Gunther back in sixth and Harry Volsmir in seventh, trying to gain ground. Mike Marshall now in eighth, Kevin Gerard back in ninth, Nicole, that's what she said, Creasel in 10th. Just about 6 laps left to go here at Laguna Seca. Adam Barker maintains the lead over Andrew Lau. Giancarlo in third, gaining on both of the top two. And Nick Sorensen staying right with him in fourth. Simon Zierk back in fifth, Rudolph Gunther in sixth, and again, huge congratulations to Max Gunther. Max Gunther became a father for the first time this morning. Huge shout out to him. And Rudolph Gunther became a grandfather for the first time. Huge shout out to him as well. Giancarlo just set the fastest lap of the race. Remember, nobody is changing tires this morning. So he set the fastest lap of the race on old tires as he tries to reel in the top two. Thank you so much again, Ryan. Harry Volsmir just getting past Rudolph Gunther to take sixth. Harry losing all that ground in the incident earlier, coming out of the corkscrew, trying to fight his way back. Giancarlo in third, sets the fastest lap, actually two laps in a row now, as he tries to reel in the top two. Andrew Lau and Adam Barker cannot afford any mistakes. Make that 3 laps in a row that Giancarlo has set the fastest lap. And my pleasure, Ryan. Hey, good morning, Jacob. Adam Barker's lead still 2.6 seconds. Giancarlo in third. Has just started after setting 3 consecutive fastest laps. has just lost ground to the top 2 for the first time in quite some time. Jacob, I would love to, but we have a birthday party to go to. I will be on later tonight, buddy. Adam Barker continues to lead. Andrew Lau is closed within 2 seconds, but only about 3 more laps to go here. Our apologies, I'm a little off with the change in the format this morning. Caught me by surprise, and as always, happy birthday to Richie Joplin. Today is Richie Joplin's 281st birthday of 2023. Richie, you might want to consider retiring at some point. Adam Barker in the lead, crossed the line with 2 laps to go here. Andrew Lau now within 1.5 seconds of Adam Barker. Giancarlo now 7.3 seconds back from that battle. Nick Sorensen has lost ground on the leader, now 4.9 or 4.1 seconds back from Giancarlo. Simon Zierk in 5th, Harry Volsmir in 6th, Rudolph Gunther in 7th, Mike Marshall in 8th. Kevin Gerard in 9th. Nicole Kriesel looks like she is out of the race. White flag is in the air one more time around for Adam Barker. He is going to attempt to sweep the morning. Giancarlo got the first sweep of the season last week at Hungaroring. I will never be able to pronounce that right. Adam Barker looking to go and pull it off himself, but Lau still within striking distance. Andrew Lau now just 0.8 of a second behind Barker. We may get a last lap battle for the lead. They head off into the corkscrew. Lau is closing in as they go up the hill. Into the corkscrew. Lau just 0.5 second behind. Good morning, Russell. Here we go into the final turns. Lau is right on the bumper. Looks to the inside, did not get there. And out of the final turn, Adam Barker will sweep the morning at Laguna Seca. Andrew Lau came home a very close second, and Giancarlo, what a comeback for third. Well, let's talk to our top 3, starting with Giancarlo. Giancarlo, that was an impressive comeback after problems in both races this morning.
Yeah, it was that definitely an eventful one. But glad to have made it onto the podium here on the second race.
Yeah, the unfortunate part is I do believe Adam Barker is going to take the points lead from you this morning.
You know, plenty of races left. We'll sort it out as they come.
It was definitely not the greatest morning for you. It was a bit of a surprise, but I have to say, late in the second race, you set the fastest lap, like 4 laps in a row. 3 or 4, I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, I think yesterday we did the Petite Le Mans, so we were just practicing Road Atlanta, and basically I used the race for practice, and eventually got the hang of it. A little bit too late in the race, though.
Well, man, it was awesome seeing you lay down those lap times, and a great comeback to finish third, man.
Thanks, Doug.
Andrew Lau comes home second once again. Andrew, you're getting awfully used to Adam's back bumper.
Well, I gave it everything I had. I was catching him at the end. I just needed another lap, but silly mistake in the first stint cost me that win.
I have to say, watching that race, that last 5 laps or so, you really had the momentum on him. And honestly, when he went to pit road, I thought you were going to take it.
I thought so too, but I think I had a bad pit entry, which cost me too much time.
Well, you still managed to come home with a second place finish, man. An awesome morning and a great race. Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, double podium is nothing to cry about.
Definitely not. Great job, buddy.
Thanks, Doug.
And finally, our winner, Adam Barker. Adam, you sweep the morning, the second full sweep of the season.
Yeah, it was a really intense battle with Andrew there. He was just, I don't know how I got a bit of a gap during the pit stop phase, and it was enough to keep me ahead. I think he just got those tyres just saved a little bit more than I did. Really good race though. Andrew was really putting me under pressure, and I don't quite know what happened in the opening laps. Everyone just seemed to part, and I didn't have to brake, so I went straight through the middle, took full advantage.
Yeah, you definitely did. That last couple laps too, Andrew was charging. Had this gone another lap or two, would you have been able to hold him off?
I'm not sure. It'd have been interesting. I didn't feel like my tires were too bad, but he was just super quick. He was, but it's a hard place to pass. So if it'd have been a very difficult situation, but might have been able to do it.
Well, congratulations. Not only do you get the win, both wins, but by my math, you also take the points lead here early in the season.
Amazing.
Congratulations, Adam. Great race, buddy.
Thank you.
Adam Barker comes home with the win, takes the points lead. No broadcast tonight, but tune in. We will have something. We might even have something new on tap for you tonight. Who knows? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will see you later this evening. Have a great day, everybody.